What's going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue. Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. No video out yesterday because Darren and I had some personal issues to attend to. If you want to check out what was going on, check out my other YouTube channel. Anyways, in this video, we are going to be talking about James Gunn and how he ticked off a whole bunch of DC fans. And I gotta say, I'm pretty divided on where I stand on this controversy right here. Here's what kind of set it off. So, I'm on Sci-Fi Wire right here. Kevin Feige gave his blessing to James Gunn's The Suicide Squad and even visited the set. So here's what James Gunn posted on his Twitter account. He said, "I told Kevin Feige before I took the job he was very cool and supportive, as he always is," wrote the writer and director who made the first two Guardians of the Galaxy films for Disney. "He just wanted to make a good. He wanted me to make a good movie. He and MCU producer Lou Despacito even came to visit the set and watch us shoot. There's an enmity behind the scenes like there is in the fan community." And that's what James Gunn had to say, and it exploded on Twitter. I gotta say, I am in the Twitter circles of a lot of DC fans. Obviously, this channel, we primarily cover DC news, but comic book movie news in general as well. And to be honest, I saw nothing wrong with this, but obviously fans were in an uproar because of this divide that James Gunn is referencing right here. So James Gunn references the enmity behind the scenes, so between especially Marvel and DC. And basically, James Gunn actually, I give him credit, he responded to a lot of these fans. He could have easily ignored a lot of these fans. He didn't get to respond to everybody, but I like how active James Gunn is on Twitter. Now, let's go into what some people had to say to him. Let's go through an exchange, and then I'll give you my 2 cents on it. And I'd really like to hear your guys' reasoning. Did your reasoning evolve or change? Did you act emotionally at the time? And how do you feel right now? So that's the question. So here's what James Gunn said. "I didn't insult the fans. I am a fan." Or actually, here, we should... let's go to this person's response right here. He says, "The only enmity at James Gunn is when you insult the fans like this. Sure, there are only a few weirdos and trolls, but you bigwigs is why your audience is dwindling." But you bigwigs, so what is this guy saying? Okay. And then basically James Gunn had to say, "I didn't insult the fans. I am a fan, and I think by far the majority of folks in the fan community are accepting, cool people. But to say there isn't a lot of unnecessary fractionness between some Marvel and DC fans would be denial, ignorance, or dishonesty." So he goes on. So he basically addresses the fact, he doesn't think he insulted the fans, and a lot of fans are cool. This is his perspective, cool and accepting people. I like to think I am one of those people, and I'm not looking for approval from James Gunn or anything like that. I just didn't think there was anything wrong with what he did, but some people have their reasoning. So let's go ahead and look into what he said. Another person said, the hashtag DCU keeps getting betrayed by people who leak secrets, plans, and ideas to the other side. Zack Snyder wasn't the first or the last to be betrayed. I hope you aren't betraying anyone. I enjoy your art, but competition is healthy and people shouldn't give DC's plans to Marvel." James Gunn responds, "I'm confused by the concept of leaking secrets to the other side. I've never heard of anything like this." So he obviously hasn't heard about the whole situation, or he probably hasn't heard of the situation with the thing that comes to mind is Civil War. Civil War, Kevin Feige famously greenlit Civil War and changed the initial plans of the Captain America sequel to become Civil War after he found out Batman v Superman was being created. Now, I don't think that's what this person is referring to. There's another person down below in the comments who mentions that there is conspiracy that Zack Snyder's plan for the 5-part plan for the DCU was given to Kevin Feige, and that's why Thanos became the big bad. And again, that's all conspiracy theories. It's pretty nuts. And let's just go ahead and address what a lot of the fans think, or maybe some of you guys think this. James Gunn inviting Kevin Feige to the set. Think about it, guys. James Gunn did work with Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige gave him a big shot when he got Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and getting to work on Avengers Endgame. He has a close relationship with Kevin Feige, but it doesn't mean that he's going out and giving secrets away to Kevin Feige on set. They're friends, and you know, whether James Gunn is gonna, it's already a given that he's gonna go work on Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and you know, that relationship isn't going to end because he came and worked for a DC project. So I know there's a lot of there's a lot of partisanship happening on the DC and Marvel side of things, especially if you're a huge DC fan, which I am. I am a bigger DC fan than I am a fan of anything, and I could say with full confidence that I don't think that he is giving secrets away by letting Kevin Feige stop by and watch a few takes of shooting the Suicide Squad. So a lot of people are, you know, what we got out of DC fandom and the footage we got out of the Suicide Squad looked amazing. If you don't think so, I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry for you, because that looked amazing to me. It looked super fun. It looked action-packed. It looked original, and it looked refreshing. And I cannot wait for that movie, and to try and smear and downplay the talent that James Gunn has is just ridiculous to me. And I see a lot of people doing that. Now, we get people talking about, you know, inviting the competition over. And again, James Gunn doesn't see it that way. He's a person who will work for whichever place hires him, I'm sure. And he's a fan of the Suicide Squad. He's a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy. It must be a dream for him to be able to work for both Marvel and DC. So looking at it from his perspective, you know, I can't see why he would even want them to compete, why he would want this, why would he want to stir the fire of this fan divide. I really think that it is kind of toxic sometimes. And it's your right. If you feel that way, you feel that way. I'm not trying to you know, attack you or anything, but this is just how I feel. And I think there is a point, I cannot find it right here, where basically James Gunn, he basically invites, like, hey, you know, he comments on one of the fans, and he basically invites, like, Zach, Walter Amada, all these other directors from the DC side of things to come visit him on the set of Marvel. So it just goes to show you where his mentality is at. He is not about the fan divide, you know. And I could totally respect that, because I think it takes away from the great conversation, another great conversation and positive conversations that we could be having about other things. So that's what you see there, and I think it's absolutely disgusting how people are bringing up, you know, things that he's apologized for. And again, I'm not trying to, you know, James Gunn has a history of really controversial tweets, and I am not in support of those tweets. You know, those jokes were very tasteless and downright inappropriate, and he's addressed that. You know, he has acknowledged that and apologized for that. He's paid the price getting fired from Marvel from that. But I do think people, you know, people need to understand that a person can go through growth, and people are attacking his character from things he apologized for already. It's not like he was charged with anything criminal. Just some tasteless jokes. And if you are not guilty of saying something inappropriate at any point in your life, then you guys can maybe throw those stones. But I don't think anyone should be going to that level, especially if you're a fan of these movies. Even if you're just a fan of DC, I don't think you should be stooping to that level, right? So that's my thoughts on it, guys. Am I missing something? You know, I'm acknowledging the fact that that yes, Marvel and DC, while there isn't no immediate rivalry, or it's kind of one of those unspoken ones, but I don't think it has to be a rivalry where we stoop to those levels and attack a person's character because he did something that you disagreed with, right? So let me know, am I missing something? Let me know in the comments down below. It is a touchy topic for sure, and I know some people, James Gunn was just getting back into the good graces of some fans when this happened, and now a lot of people are reverting to personal attacks, and I personally don't like to engage in some of that, and I gotta say it's pretty exhausting. That's just my opinion though. A lot of other things have been happening in the world of DC. Now, I did mention, I'm just back on our main Twitter page right here. I did mention some other things that have been going on in the world of comic book movies and fandom. Mandalorian trailer just dropped. The whole Jason Momoa jumped into the fight between Ray Fisher and WB. I think Darren's going to be doing a video about that. But the one thing I wanted to, oh, and Chris Evans, Captain America, he had kind of a, what should I say, a controversial situation happen on social media, I should say. So if you don't know about that, I don't need to go into that here. But I did want to react to this Wonder Woman clip right here. I posted this earlier today, and I reposted Film Gob's thoughts on it and his discussion with some other guys on YouTube. But basically, if you have not seen it, I wonder if I could find it right here. Wonder Woman 1984. So Wonder Woman 1984, they dropped this promotion. It's an old promotion, but it shows Diana's extended scene sliding through the mall and tripping this dude. We've all seen the clip. I'm trying to find it right here. Here we go. So she's tripping, and this dude right here, and some people are upset about the wink right here. This is an old promo, but basically she's sliding, trips the dude, and somehow defies the laws of physics, and he like flips a million times straight up, even though she hit him down from the side under his leg. Makes no sense in the world, and I get it, guys. I get it. She's already defined the laws of physics by riding lightning and doing whatever she can do with her lasso. But I can forgive that stuff. That stuff's cool. This right here, my opinion, this stuff is corny. I hope all the action scenes aren't like this, because I gotta say, being honest here, it does make me a little worried, because I know it's supposed to take place in the 80s, and I know as a DC fan, you know, I'm not trying to talk crap. I'm not with this. I hope all the action scenes are not like this. I've responded positively to all the other trailers for Wonder Woman 1984, but this little teaser, I hope it's not in the movie. I hope they take this out, because it's absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, I saw a lot of people defending this, and I gotta say, if you are defending this, hey, that's, you know, that's your prerogative, and that's your right to defend this. And if you like this, that's cool. But I gotta say, if this happened in a, like, you know, to go back to that partisanship, you know, some of these DC fans seen that in a Marvel movie, they'd be clowning on it. So anyways, I just really had an issue with this. And you know, I knew that if I brought it up here, I know people will disagree with me. So let me know if you disagree with me in the comments down below. Anyways, that's all for today, guys. Let me know what you guys thought about you know, the whole James Gunn situation, this Wonder Woman 1984 clip. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.